Well, hello. How are we doing? The match day 4 has finished, and it is time for me to build my wild card. I've been saving it for this game week specifically, as I want to hit the wild card hack if I can, and by doing so, I can hopefully have a brand new team for this game week, and then a brand new team for the semi-finals as well, if it works for me like it's worked for everybody else. Which hopefully it does. How's your game week gone anyway? Oh, sorry, how has your match day gone? I've done okay. I've dropped a little bit in the rankings, got to be honest. But this is hopefully the time for me to attack it. So these are my points from last week. 80 match day points, which normally I'd be really happy with, but I've seen people hitting the hundreds. I missed out on Dumfries without a doubt. Lots of people owning him last week. Hello, Penguin. How are you doing? Well done, Morocco. Yeah, they were fantastic, weren't they? Absolutely fantastic. Just can they do it again, or is that their big game? Is that their big game? Certainly don't see them as like big scorers, but Hakimi, what a penalty. That was just like amazing. Now, I hope you got your brew, because I haven't really got any major plans here. I've got a few players that I'd like, and I'll share my first initial thoughts with you, how I'm going to structure this wildcard team. Because I've got some ideas in my head, of course I have. But nothing major as yet that's sort of like in the bag. Hello, Joshua. Good to have you on board again, mate. Happy days, mate. How's your week been? First thing I'll do, actually, I'll share the league for those that have joined. I've dropped to 11th, which is just absolutely devastating. But great for everybody else, so well done to you guys. Ronnie Thomas, how you doing, mate? Well, thanks for joining. So yeah, our top of our league is still Why My Qatar Gently Weeps. Let's have a look at their team, see what they did last week. So captain on Messi. No Dumfries either. So 91 match day points though. So Perisic, obviously he's through to the next round now. Fernandes through to the next round. For me, I think Fernandes will be first person in my team this week. Portugal look like they're scoring goals for fun. And whilst Morocco will be possibly a harder fixture for them, Fernandes, 6 goals and only 1 assist. He's gotta be the one. Like, it's got to be his turn next, basically, hasn't he? He's definitely due. He could have had another assist or two, a couple of assists in that game as well. So, well done, while my Qatar gently weeps. Excellent week for you. If anybody's team is in here and they want me to share it, then absolutely, just let me know. Not a problem. But yeah, that's my team. 80 points. As you can see, I do need to attack the week. So, I'm going to go into match day 5, which I'm in now. I'm assuming this is going to work. Let's close that horrible thing down at the top there, taking space. I'm assuming this is going to work, and I'm about to launch my wild card. Hi from Portugal. Lewis, great to have you on board, mate. Great to have you on board. What do you think about Ronaldo yesterday? So there we go. The wild card is active. I've never saved a wild card this long in a competition in my life. You know, lots of other people went match day 2, and that's normally me in FPL. Next year will be different though. So let's start thinking. I wish I could just remove players and just build them. I'll tell you what I might do. Right. Who's gonna go? No, let's sign out for a minute, because that's active now. Let's sign out. Where's the sign out bit? Because let's start from scratch here. Let's start from scratch, because this is wildcard team. And then what I'll do is I'll take a screenshot and then I'll go and put it into my team. So for me, straight away, the 4 teams that I'm looking to target, if you like. So go and have a look at the things. But basically, Brazil, Portugal. They're the 2 main. Then the other 2 games are very, very much in the balance, I think. Could go either way. Either way. If anything, Netherlands, Argentina, I see as more of a more high-scoring game. And England-France could be it could even be 0-0 and go to penalties, that one. Although, if I'm going to be honest, if I was going to choose favourites for both of those, My gut is telling me it's going to be Argentina, I think, versus the Netherlands. Although Netherlands are spreading their goals all around. They do look a better team. That was probably the toughest to pick. And if I had to pick between England and France right now, I had to put money on it. Not that I'm a gambling man. I think I would be going for England. Let's go and have a look. And I've not looked at any of this yet. Like I say, I like to do this as we go along. Let me just have a quick look in the comments. Ronaldo to play against England on the semi-final. They've got to get past the quarters yet, mate. Is the budget still 105 mil for this week? As far as I know, I've not seen any extra funds coming in. Brazilians would be great picks. Yeah, no, I totally agree, and I'm going to be bringing some in. I put in Richarlison and Paqueta. Why have you chosen Paqueta, just out of interest? Richarlison, I totally agree with. So let's go and put in the players that... Because I'm on a wild card, I feel like I don't have to look, and I'm going to try the wild card hack. I don't really have to be thinking about, are they going to be there next week? So let me share my initial thoughts first. So I think in defence, I think clean sheets are going to be very hard to come by. So maybe for the first time, I'm going to be targeting some centre-backs that can score goals. Maybe not like Pepe, who's just scored, but I'm thinking Van Dijk, maybe. He's somebody who can get goals, because 7 points for a defender's goals. What do you think to that? Maybe not targeting the clean sheets, but goals are the one. Goals are points at this point. So first off, let's put in the players that I'm definitely having. So Bruno Fernandes, for definite. Look, brilliant. He'd be on penalties. Ronaldo, let us know, Luis, what do you think? Ronaldo, I don't think he'll be starting again. England over France, Ronnie, yeah, that's just my thought. That's my thought. I'll tell you what, let's start a poll. Let's make this a bit bigger. Who goes through? Let's do the first one first. England, France. See what people think. England, France. Winner. Just a very simple one. England. France. And I'll tell you what, I put a cheeky little option in that says 0-0 penalties. Because that's only good for clean sheets. That's good clean sheets for both, I suppose. Right, there we go. Little poll up there. Do that for 10 minutes or so. England, France. Like I say, my thoughts are England. France, they've got arguably best player in the world at the minute in Mbappe. Very, very well played. But can one player win a game of football? They can, of course they can. But the England team, and I'm Welsh, so I'm not biased in any shape or form whatsoever. Although I suppose I do watch a lot of these players more in the Premier League. But for me, England have a better team, a better squad. Can make, if it's not going for them, they can make better changes halfway through the game. And I think it's England's game for the taking, to be honest. Not for the taking, but I think they're going to win it. Let me just put my heater on. It's a bit warm. Cool in here today. Had to defrost the car for the first time this year. Just have a little sip of my brew. So, where's my team gone? Let's have a look. Right, so Fernandes. Who else am I thinking? Let's go up front. Forwards. Without doubt, Mbappe. And I tell you who I'm thinking, because I need to spread around. So I'm thinking I'm possibly going to go around about these numbers. 3 Brazil, 3 Portugal. That takes me to 6 for each player. And then dotted around for the others. I don't really want to do the quadruple on any team. I had 4 Brazil last time. And not everybody's going to get points, are they? Biswana, thank you very much from India. Happy to have you on board, my friend. Good to see you again. You want England to go through, Rani, but you think France will win 1-0? Okay. Well, get your votes in, guys. Who's going to win? This is, I think it's probably the toughest one to call, along with Argentina and Netherlands. I don't know. They're very tough to call. Very tough. So hence why I'm thinking maybe 3 or 4. of the Brazil and France players, and then just one or two. I can even almost spread them around because there's 6 other teams, isn't there? So that's what my thoughts are at this minute in time. Don't want to go too heavy on one, and the fact I've got the wild card will hopefully help with that. Now, which player am I going to pick from each country? I'm thinking, believe it or not, I've had Phil Foden, I've had Bukayo Saka. They did well for me last week, 9 and 10 points respectively. But I think this is Harry Kane's week up against France. It could be decided by a penalty mid-game. Got his first goal last week, and yeah, I'm going to start with Harry Kane. That's my. I think he might be a slight differential. How much has he owned? 14.6%, so not massive. If you look at Mbappe, he's probably around the 60% mark. Yeah, 66.8% owned. So I'm thinking Harry Kane could be a good shout, and maybe, just maybe, at last, Harry Kane will be the man for me, because I always seem to pick him at the wrong time in FPL, and maybe I'm doing it again now. You tell me. Is Harry Kane a good choice? I just think it's his turn, along with Fernandes, Mbappe, and the other forward. Well, that's up for grabs at the minute, the other forward, because I think it could be Gakpo. I think it could be Richarlison. I think it could be Alvarez. I'm thinking a budget striker, as you can probably tell. And I think Alvarez can do just as well as Messi. In terms of points returns, he did the same. Richarlison and Neymar did the same. And I think Gakpo, he had a blank in the last game. If he's, this is the game for him to step up again, possibly. Like I said, I'm attacking this 1 week. So, choices. And Richarlison's done pretty well in the last couple of games. That another lovely goal from him. Team goal, but another lovely goal, wasn't it? Maybe I'll run a little cheeky poll on the budget forward later. Right, so let's go and have a look at goalkeepers. Now, I think the two teams, for the goalkeeper, I think that's the only place where we are, hopefully going for a clean sheet. And for me, we're looking at Alisson, and we are looking at, I think it's going to be Costa at Portugal, hasn't it? I mean, Morocco are a good shout as well, to be fair. They've done really well defensively. But can they keep Portugal out? They've just played like 120 minutes of football and penalties. So, no, I'm going to stick with Portugal. He's been in my team right the way throughout, to be fair. He's due a return, isn't he? Him and Rocher have been alternating. Can you believe they let that one goal in? And the same for Brazil. Proper clean sheet wipeout, wasn't it? Gutted about that. So, yeah, no, I'll be going Diogo Costa. So let's put him in. They also play at different times. This game, there's nobody playing at the same time. So we've got Brazil at first. Up against Croatia. Right, how many votes have we got on this poll? Let's have a look. 9 votes on the poll. Interesting. 2 more minutes and I'll share that one, because I want to go to my budget striker poll, see what people think on that. So, Brazil. Let's have a look. Country. Let's close that up. So, I will be going for, defenders wise, I think I'm going to be putting, he's just had a massive return, and like I say, when I'm looking at defenders, I want people who can get an attacking return. I'm not so worried about the clean sheet when I'm choosing them. So in comes Denzel Dumfries, been in my team apart all the way through apart from the last game. So frustrating, but there we go. And he probably won't return this one either, but you never know. I don't think the Argentine defence is the best. I think Van Dijk's a good option. Bear in mind, I'll have 5 defenders. I can take out defenders along the way, not a problem for the other ones. So maybe these will be in for first games. I'm going to have Marquinhos in because did you see the goal that Richarlison scored, and Marquinhos and Thiago Silva. It's Thiago Silva with the final assist, but both of them on the edge of the area. And Marquinhos' stats, if you're on my last video leading up to this game, were that, you know, really high without getting an attacking return. So hopefully that's coming. And whether this, you know, took him in last week, and hopefully he can do the business this week. Interesting. I've got 2 Dutch defenders. That might change. That could change, but we'll see. So, which defenders are goal-scoring defenders in this next round, do we think? Or have the ability to score, defensively? I think. Do we think Luke Shaw's got an option, an opportunity? I've had him all the way through. What about Portugal defenders? Which Portugal defender would you go for? I mean, Cancelo's been in my team, but he was dropped. Lewis, are you still on the stream? Portugal fan. Or from Portugal? No, I don't want to type in Portugal. I just want to go country or Portugal, don't I? Portugal. Ah, Diogo Dalot, of course. It's all coming back to me now. He's having a great tournament. So I've got a Portugal, Brazil, Netherlands. So do I go? Hakimi? He's on fire, full of confidence. Problem is they play in the same game, so they're either in or they're out. I could do with splitting them up, really, I suppose. I could do with splitting them up. I'm going to put in, as just for now, I'm just going to put in, I'm going to put in Luke Shaw. No, I'll tell you I'm going to put in, this is what I was thinking of, I'm going to put in Harry Maguire. He's been getting forward, and I think he's got a header in his bag. I think he's got a header. Save him for the last game if these guys don't get a return. If they do, he's on the bench. So there's an option. What do you think about that? Harry Maguire. I never thought I'd be putting him in my fantasy football team. But he does seem to be a bit of a different player for England. Right, let me just go and have a look at the comments. And then once I've gone through all the comments, I shall share the poll where we're up to right now. Messi? I think possibly. I've had Messi throughout, to be honest with you. But I just think if I'm going to go for a striker for Argentina, I think Alvarez can do just as well in terms of points returned. Obviously, best player on the pitch is Messi, and he's looking beautiful the way he's playing the ball. And that goal was lovely. But is he going to score enough goals? Is he going to get a brace up against the Netherlands? Because that's what I'm looking for. Or is he going to just get the one attacking return? And if so, then I'm quite happy to go with Alvarez, Richarlison. And like I said, none of these players are guaranteed. This is first draft, by the way. None of these players are guaranteed. I've got 1-2 Portugal, 1-2 Brazil. Now the problem with... Let's go and have a look. How much money have I got left? 28.5 million. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players to go there. So what? 5.5 to 6 million a player. Okay. So let's put in who I think it could well end up being Richarlison up front. There's no player else because it's midfielder. Let's put him in. Leaves me with 4 players. Space is £21 million. So we're looking at £5 to £5.5 million players. Have we got an enabler? Right. Morocco. How much is Hakimi in this game? Something tells me he's 4.5. Or was that size? I don't want Ziyech. Hakimi, 5 million. Okay, let's put him in. Why is he? Oh, so I've got 5 defenders. Okay, I've already got 5 defenders. Okay, I'll be quiet. So I need 4 midfielders. Now, there's not much money left in midfield there, is there? There's not much money left in midfield. Right, let me share the poll. Let me share the poll. And then I'll go back to the comments, see what you guys are saying. I can see a few comments there. So, and the poll. So, most of you think, as we can see here, France are going to win. 76% France are going to win. 15% England, and 0-0 on penalties. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I wasn't expecting that. Is that the Mbappe train everybody's on? Mbappe will win, can win the World Cup for them. That's interesting. I suppose they've got some tournament winning experience in recent times. Right, let's have a look at these comments then. Messi. When is the deadline? Probably after yesterday. As far as I know, the deadline will be kick-off for the very first game, which is Friday, 3 o'clock UK time, GMT. Adjust that to your own personal area of living. Guerrero and Dollar, good options. Yeah, I've got Dollar. Guerrero. Is that how you say it? For Portugal. Now, to be fair, how's he done? 11 points here. Goal and an assist. Oh, fair dues. Do you think he could do it again in the next game? Up against Morocco. Got a rest there. An assist, not enough for minutes, so he's come on. Played the full game there. Does he start? I think he does with the goal and an assist in the last game, doesn't he? Okay. Maybe I can remove... Let's remove this man. I think you got a good shout there. And... Save me $1 million anyway for further up top. Thank you very much for that. Lewis. And good at crosses. You'll go with Guerrero. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to go with him too. Rani's thinking that as well. Right. Well, he seems a great option. Once I've got a team together, I'll then start digging into their stats and stuff like that. I won't do that at the minute to see if, if they are or what. If I can find somebody who's been performing better. But... that gives me double Portugal and double Brazil, and arguably they've got the best fixtures. And if anybody's going to get a clean sheet, which I'm not seeing many, to be honest with you, you'd think it'd be those. So, yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Harry Maguire, he could well go. Feel... could be the saviour, though, in the last game, couldn't he, for me? Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. He's on the bench at the minute. 22 mil. Back to midfield. Let's close this up. Now, the thing with midfield is, certainly when you look at Brazil, for example... Oh, God, I'm writing the name in there again. Stop it. Most of them don't start. Is this why you're going for Paqueta? Someone mentioned earlier. think the budget was only 100 mil when you sign out, so when you log in, you'll have an extra 5 mil for your budget. All right, okay, Rani. Thanks very much, mate. Of course. I'm just building this on the... as if it's not my team. Just because I'm a bit worried about transferring in and out and what it'll do for later transfers, having not played a wild card in this format before. Okay. So, for me, the midfield, if I'm going to go Brazil, out of these lot, just due to a start, he's looked amazing as well. I had him in my team in the last game. Still had a shot in the last game as well. I'm not sure if he was as forward playing, but he scored a great goal earlier, didn't he? I just don't know if he's got everything that I'm looking for. Just annoying. All their wingers are classed as forwards. I'd take any of them. Vinny Jr., Dembele for France. They're all classed as forwards. It's very annoying in this game. Should have more space to have forwards. Should have the option of, I think, of having 8 forward players of your choice in whichever positions. It's up to you then. But I'd quite like to have Everton just so I can cheer him on, but he's not starting, is he? Alright, let's go and have a look at Portugal. What do we think to Harry Kane? I'm not totally convinced. Can Ramos continue his form? £6.5 mil. I think he can. He looked good, didn't he? He did look good. Portugal looked good. So there's me 4 Portugal players. 1, 2, 3 Brazil players, as we talked about at the beginning. I think that's going to be a wise thing. And I'm going to have another 5 mil on top of this as well. Richarlison, Ramos and Mbappe. Is that chasing points bringing in Ramos? Or is he banging form and yes, we should have him? What do you think? Right, I'm thinking midfield. I'm not thinking Angel Di Maria, I've got to be honest. He's not looked great, has he? Let's have a look and see who's been doing it. First of all, who's been getting the points. Ziyech up on 21. I just don't see it in this next game. Jude Bellingham, there's a possibility. Frankie de Jong. McAllister's looked really good for Argentina. So was Klassen, but then he was subbed off, wasn't he? Frankie de Jong not playing as far forward. I'm going to put Perisic in as a player at the minute. He's playing at the top left, right at the top on the left. And I don't want to just stick to I want to have a little bit of players from other positions. Phil Foden, I think he's guaranteed a start, isn't he? And Rashford again is down as a forward. Goals in midfield, obviously worth 7 points. Same as defence. So at a premium, anything you can get from midfield. No one else really tempted me, not down this neck of the woods. Look at Bergwijn. 2 points. Everybody's team first game of the week, wasn't he? Saka, Foden double. I had them last week, mate. Nice one for joining in, Yusuf. Thanks very much. You think Saka starts ahead of Rashford? Suppose I'll have my 5 transfers midweek to make a change if that's not the case. They do look good though, don't they? I had them both last week. Yeah. I'm sort of with you. 2.5 mil left. 5 mil. This will be 100 million, will it? 6, 12, 17, and 28, 45, and 16, 50, 61.5, 62, 73, 79.5, 84.5, 90, 97.5. So yeah, this is 100 million. So I've got a £7.5 million player for midfield. So let's have a look by price. See who comes up. So we've got Jude Bellingham. There's an option. He's looked hot, hasn't he, to be fair? I'm going big on England there, though. I'm saying England are going to do well. McAllister. I've got no one from Argentina at this minute in time. Maybe he's the man. Is Ziyech going to put a free kick away? Can Morocco score against Portugal? Sure they can. I'm going to go for Alexis McAllister at this moment in time. They won't let me put him in because he's locked because I can't afford him. Right, let me just take a screenshot of this then. This is first draft. It's not the end of the world if it's not quite right at this moment in time. Alright. I'm going to save that. On my desktop, save. Right, and then we'll go and put these players into my team. Let's just drag that over there so it's not in the way. You think 90%? Yeah, I definitely think Foden starts, Yusuf. Morocco is a very good defensive team. I'm with you, mate. Portugal maybe not score many goals. How have they done in the... Let me go back in and... I'm just going to sign in. Let me build my team. And then we'll delve a little bit deeper. I think. If you all want to email me, take my email address there and now. It's gone. Where's my little vape? So how many players have I transferred out there then? Quite a few. I haven't got anybody from Morocco. I've only got one player from the Netherlands. So I'll keep in the same keepers. I'm going to keep Shaw in goal there in defence for this minute in time. Let's transfer Alba out and bring in Dumfries. Marquinhos we're keeping. Sabiri for Phil Foden. And Hernandez for Guerrero. Dalot. And Sosa. As you can see, I emptied the money out of my bench at the end of last week and brought in a couple of players that I wasn't really interested in. Okay. Why is Sabiri still there? Oh, he's midfield. Let's swap him. Oh. Oh, does it not let me transfer? Oh, my button's locked out. Ah, really? Is it because I made a mistake? Right, let's do one at a time. It's giving me the transfer options, so you'd like to think it would. Dumfries. No, it's not there. Just gonna reload the page. Oh, everybody's locked. Is it because I've got no Alba? Please transfer. Dumfries. Confirm. Okay, right, I'm just going to do one at a time. One at a time. Trying to save a bit of time because everybody's obviously watching. So, Sabiri. No. 4.5 million in my budget, so I can do this. Okay. Transfer Sosa for... where we go? Dalot. Why not? Why are they locked? Transfer. Why is he locked? I can't afford this player. Okay. This is annoying, isn't it? Right, Neymar's going. Let's go. Neymar transfer to Richarlison. Okay. Why? Add. Confirm. What's going on? Stupid game. Just going to reset it. Transfer. Add. There we go. Confirm. Okay, I don't think it's me. I've got to be honest. It might be. Man's on fire. Add. There we go. We're getting there. Casemiro for figures with them two. They are the last game, so I suppose my others blank. They both come in, don't they? And I'll save a transfer just in case one of them doesn't start. And if Rashford starts instead of one of them, I'll be gutted because, yeah, he's a forward in the game, isn't he? He's a striker, so it won't be a straight swap. Maybe I'll bring it up. I'll swap him for Jude Bellingham if one of those doesn't start in the last game, because I think he will. He's doing better than Mount, isn't he? Let's be honest. Let's have a look. So I've got the lot. Let's go and bring it in. No, I haven't got the lot. Let's go bring in. Why is that not there? What's going on here? Is it because I'm talking and I'm doing something stupid? Reset. Reset. Transfer. Portugal, Dalot, add, confirm, confirm, transfer, He's midfielder, that's Hernandez I want to transfer, reset, transfer, or should I be keeping Hernandez? Is that a bad shout? GUI. No. GUE. Confirm. And in midfield, who have I got? I said I was going to go with, at this moment in time, McAllister. So I've got some Argentinian representation. He's looked their most threatening midfielder, I think, hasn't he? To be fair. Okay. Mbappe, Ramos, Richarlison, Guerrero, McAllister, Delart, Marquinhos, Dumfries, Shaw, Costa, Alisson. And I've still got 2.5 mil in the bank. Is that everybody? Dumfries, Guerrero, Delart. Oh, it's because I've got Shaw. I've ended up with 2.5 mil in the bank. Well, it's good news anyway. Gives me something to think about in the next couple of days, doesn't it? Gives me something to think about. Right, let's have a look at the upcoming fixtures. Who's first? Croatia, Brazil. So I want all my Brazilian players. Netherlands and Argentina. So he needs to come on the pitch. So sub on for last game against England. Saka can come off. Let's hope they're not stuck on the bench now. That's happened to me before. Surely not before the game week starts. Brazil are first up before Portugal in goal, so let's swap him around. My bus team, so to speak. Confirm. And that's my starting team to start off with. I got triple Portugal there, though, haven't I? In defence. Triple Portugal. Okay, right, let's go and have a look at this. Yeah, how do you say it? Guerrero. Guerrero? Guerrero? Am I getting that close? You think Cancelo will start, do you? Why do you think that, Youssef? Why do you think Cancelo will start? Do you think he was rested? I mean, Portugal looked fantastic without him and without Ronaldo, to be fair. More of a team. Right, I was going to go on SofaScore. Let's have a look at Delort and Guerrero for Portugal. Brilliant, they're straight up here. That's good news. See how they've been performing in this World Cup so far. Obviously, clean sheet odds are the same for both players, so I don't need to be considering that. I mean, look at the SofaScore rating for them both. 8.2, 8.2. So there's not going to be much in this. Not going to be much in it at all. Wow, I don't think I've seen a score like that this tournament. 9.8? Wow. Fair play. And João Felix looked pretty good as well, didn't he, to be honest? Oh, that's a message saying if I can do the children's pickup. Not a problem, 1:30. Still got an hour and a half. Let's have a look at what they've actually been doing. I mean, this guy's due a start, isn't it? Rafael Leao. He looked like somebody you'd like in your own team back home. Massive presence out on the wing there. Anyway, we're looking at... Can we see the players overall? Where are they? What's their real names? Palena, Antonio Silva, Rui Patricio. Just going to click on the player there. I think that'll sort me out as well. So, yeah, Guerrero. Okay. Looks like he might be taking the odd corner here, or he's getting involved in corners. Is getting into the box all the way down the left. don't know how much of a comparison. Right. Is this just in the one game? I don't want the one game, do I? Minutes played 90. No, I want all games. But in this one game where there were 6 goals, 1 goal, 1 assist for Guerrero. Expected goal 0.32. More clearances, tackles from the lot. Shows he's not getting quite as far forward. 1 key pass to 2, 1 cross to 2. Playing more long balls, shots on target, shots off target. None for the lot. Or Dallo. Let's see the stats for the tournament. So far. So here's the lot. Also getting into the box a little bit, but really hugging this right touchline. So World Cup 22. Top place was only played 2 of the games. Is that right? I suppose that's for. Is that possibly for Cancelo? Not much attacking statage going on there, is there? Although he's had 1 assist. He has had an assist. Let me go back. Much more involved, I'd say, in this final third. Right on the edges here. He's got goals. He's got an XG. It's goals we're looking for from defenders. Right, okay. Let's go back into this team here. I'm going to take the lot out. I'm going to take the lot out. And I think I might go back for Theo Hernandez as a backup in the last game if I need them. If Marquinhos, Dumfries and Guerrero don't deliver. What about Argentina? Which Argentina defender am I missing? Let's just have a look. Boom, 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 boom. Let's just start the page again. Actually, it might be quicker. We're into the nitty gritty now. Sorry if it feels a bit slow at this point. But yeah, this is me thinking as I'm going. Argentina. Position defender. Who's been doing it so far? Okay, so we did have this debate. Last time I had Molina in because he was a left back. Everyone said I should have gone Otamendi, and I should have done because he's got an assist. But he's had that assist now. I think Netherlands score. I think that's a scoring game. I'm not convinced by this. I think I'd rather go with a Morocco defender, to be honest with you. Maybe I'll go with a Morocco defender and play them both, Guerrero, and then I've got Shaw to bring in for hopefully one of them keeps a clean sheet, and then I'll bring Shaw in for that last game if I need to. Hedging my bets a little bit. Hedging my bets a bit. What do you guys think? Which defender should I be going for as my 5th defender? I'm going to take the lot out. I've got 2.5 mil in the bank, So money's not an option. Who's everybody else going for? Let's have a look. So in terms of Argentina, the most selected is Otamendi at 12.6%. What about Morocco? Streets ahead. Hakimi, 5 million. So I think it's between Hakimi. Yeah, I will start a little poll in a minute. I'm thinking Hernandez. Hakimi, Hernandez. Who else is playing? Hakimi, Hernandez. Who am I missing out on? I mean, I'm not gonna entertain a Croatian defender. I've got Dumfries already. Maybe Van Dijk's a second option, but I mean, I think what's his name? I think Kyle Walker's going to be quite busy, so I can't see him getting a goal this game. I think his instruction will be sit back and wait. Can't see Trippier starting this game. It's got to be Kyle Walker up against Mbappe, hasn't it? Got to be. I think Van Dijk's an option, I suppose. Right, let me start a poll. Let me start a poll. Don't forget, if you are joined in now, now's a lovely time to subscribe while I'm setting this video up to my channel if you haven't already. Do FPL stuff as well. So, 5th defender. And then question marks. So, we're looking at Hernandez. France. Dalot. Portugal. Van Dijk. Because I think he can. Don't think they'll keep a clean sheet, but I think he can come up with the odd header now and then, can't he? He's done it for Liverpool. He's had points for me before in that position. Oh, France deserve a capital F, of course. Portugal, Van Dijk, Netherlands, and I suppose Otamendi for Argentina. No, not interested. Hakimi for Morocco, who have done well defensively, and maybe I'm overlooking them. Right, there we go. Community. Get voting on that one. We'll keep that open for a while. Keep that one open. Right, let's go have a look at some of the comments. Acuna, attacking defender, good choice. Let's have a look. While that is ongoing. Where's me? No, don't want that. Don't want that. Don't want that. That's my team. Let's have a look at Hakimi. There we go. Right, I want his World Cup 2022. I think this reflects how they've been playing, doesn't it? So played 4 games, started every total played, started 4 minutes per game, 91. No goals. He's had his penalty yesterday, which we all remember. He made the front of my thumbnail for that very reason. Shots per game, 0.8. So he's getting shots on target, 0.3. So he's not really looking like he's going to be scoring. Free kick goal. So he's had a free kick to have a go at goal, but didn't go in. 2 shots from outside the box, not gone in. 1 assist in 4 games. So that's Hakimi. Let me go and have a look at Acuna. And maybe if Acuna is, which I'm sure he is. Acuna. Okay. Let's type it in here. What's his first name? I can't think who he plays for either, to be honest with you. Oh, he's got one of them names, hasn't he? That's probably got like a little accent or something above it. Who does Acuna play for? Attacking defender. That's because I've got it on midfielders. Let's have a look. Argentina, okay, 4.5 as well. So not a bad shout. How's he done on here? During the World Cup, let's have a look. Started 3 games, 60 minutes per game on average. Expected goal 0.08. Shots on target, he's getting 1 shot every 2 games. From inside the box, though, his shots are coming from. It's not lighting up my world when I look at this. I've got to be honest. No offence. That's just looking at this, obviously. That's just looking at this. And the problem, I think, with Argentina is, as good as Messi looks, if Alvarez ain't up top, if they've got, I can't remember his name now, Martinez, is it? He's not looking very good, is he? It's like they're putting the ball on a plate for him, and he's just like hitting it wide, hitting it over the top. And his confidence, for whatever reason, maybe the pressure's too much for him. It's on the floor, isn't it? It's on the floor. Seems to be, anyway. Not totally sure on that one, to be honest with you, Acuna. Does anybody else think Acuna's a good shout? Ronaldo will be back in the starting 11. Do you think so, O'Shankly? Why do you think that? I can't see it. They played so well in that first half without him. João Felix was like a different player. 6 goals, I think, speaks for itself. And I'm not sure he left early. There's some people saying he let the rest of the players have their glory, but he played 20 odd minutes in that game, so he was part of that team. You'd think you'd see him celebrating with the rest of the team, not just his own little thank you and then off he goes. You know, that's Man United form, isn't it, that? Very self-indulgent. Yeah, I don't see him starting. I don't see him starting in the next game. Anybody else agree or disagree? What do you think? Right, how's this poll getting on? Interesting, interesting. Interesting. 2 more minutes and I'll bring this poll to an end. So, vote for these defenders. I might go for one of these. Hernandez against France. Problem is, if I've got Hernandez for France, when you look at my team, if I get to the last game and I've got Shaw and Hernandez on the bench to bring in, and I've only got one defender that I need to sub out because the others have returned, who do I bring in? I don't know if I want that choice last minute. in the game. Who would you bring in? Would you bring in Hernandez or would you bring in Shaw? So I'm seriously tempted by Morocco because I've got by Hakimi because I've got almost 2 games to play it over really, and then Shaw just becomes the backup at the end of the week. Hopefully, if I can get 3 returns. Right, I'm going to end this poll. So I'm going to count down from 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And the poll has ended. And right at the very top of the tree, Hernandez for France at 44%. I'm just not convinced. Dalot gets 22%. Hakimi, 22%. And then Van Dijk. People not really liking that shout either. I suppose if I am looking for a goal, he's probably a one in. Gets one in sort of 10 to 20 games, does he maybe? It's because he's returned for me in FPL when I brought him in for the odd week here and there. Maybe I'm focusing on that too much. But Hernandez is the big favourite from people. But I think... It's first draft, isn't it? It's first draft. Let me transfer Dalot out. And I'm going to bring in Hakimi. So I've got that option going into those final 2 games. Let's confirm that. And I've got 3 million in the bank. So I think I have a great option. I don't need to upgrade my goalkeepers at all because I've gone for the 2 I think that have got the most possible chance to be getting a clean sheet. And that's what we're looking for from our goalkeeper, aren't we? In Brazil and the Portugal goalkeeper. Although England and France could quite easily be 0-0 and go to penalties. I just think some of that attacking talent is too good. Certainly for France with Mbappe, Kane can score, Phil Foden and Saka, Rabiot, Dembele. You know, these are players. So if it's a 0-0, then the defences have played really, really well, to be honest with you. So I'm happy with that. I think in defence, can I upgrade anybody there? Or am I just about as good as it gets? I think it's just about as good as it gets, really. With the exception of an Argentine defender, Acuna just mentioned. Yeah, you did, mate. You did, and he did come in. And in case you didn't see, am I saved here? Do I need to reset anything? Neymar came back in, and what it did to me is I ended up, instead of changing my... I was debating whether to bring in Olmo for Casemiro, which would have given me 1 extra point if I'd have done it, but I didn't. I swapped Richarlison for Neymar last minute. And they got the same points. So it wasn't the be-all and end-all. And he's not playing as close to the goal as Richarlison, is he? So hence why I think I can get away. I would have got away with it last week. Having Richarlison up front and putting my funds elsewhere in midfield, etc. I haven't got Messi in this team, so I do have that option to go. Let's go back. A 3 million in the bank. I can obviously upgrade Ramos. Who would I upgrade him to? I can upgrade Casemiro, possibly McAllister. These are the people who are probably in doubt, if you like, or not in doubt, but could be changed. I think they're pretty much the defence is pretty much set. We've looked into that a fair bit. Can't see me, unless there's an injury, bringing anybody else in. Lewis saying that Kuna 0-0 on 80 minutes. He is sub 6 points in the bank. That's just if it's 0-0 on 80 minutes. That's the thing. And I don't think Netherlands will be. Netherlands aren't relying on one player. The fact that Davy Klaasen's involved, Frankie de Jong's involved, Dumfries has now come to the party. Obviously Gakpo He's a fantastic option, I think, for this game week. Gakpo up against the Argentine defence. Could well start. Mind you, if I start him, then I can't transfer him out. But yeah, the players I feel like I'm missing: Gakpo, Alvarez, Messi, obviously, Neymar. But I think they're covered a little bit. Is that a dodgy thing to say? You'd like to think Morocco has got far as they've ever been, and they're going to be going, you know, right the way through. Basically, go for it. Do you want to be a team that sits back and goes through on penalties all the way through? I suppose if you win the cup, you do, but they're not going to win the cup, are they? They're not going to do it. Sosa will be back cheap, and definitely there'll be an attacking return for him, although they're meeting Brazil. That's the thing, mate. They're meeting Brazil. So for me, it's a no-no. You know, don't forget, in this game, the goals you concede, it's -1 for every goal you concede. Makes it a little bit more. If you concede in 6 goals, it's not a great start, is it? You're -5 points. You get your 1 appearance point, and then you're -5 points. Anyway, I've got 3 mil in the bank, and that's my team. Who would I upgrade? Casemiro, probably the least likely to get an attacking return in midfield there. So he's the person, if I'm looking at somebody from over here, he's the one I'm looking at. Maybe Frankie de Jong. Maybe Rabiot for France. I don't know. It's a tough one, isn't it? It's tough. Midfielders. Who are people going for at the moment? Let's have a look. Midfielders. Percentage selected from every team. So Bruno Fernandes in loads of teams. Jude Bellingham, obviously an option as well. I just don't want to go Foden, Bellingham, and Saka. Ziyech is an option. Perisic, I had him in my team before. Don't know what's changed. What was that team I had before? Or did I take him out? Did I take him out? Yeah, no, it was Perisic. That's why I've got more money. First player for Croatia ever to score at 3 lots of finals. If anyone's going to score for Croatia, it's going to be probably going to be him. You'd think, or Modric possibly. Frankie de Jong in a lot of teams. Not that I need to choose someone because they're in a lot of teams, but it's just a bit of a guide, isn't it? I think you either gone Saka up, one or the other. Can Ziyech do it in this game? What do we think? Right, let's have a poll. Let's have a poll for midfield. We had one for defence before. I'm going to make this my last poll, and then I'm going to make a move. So, this is essentially my 5th midfielder. Oh, I suppose it could be... Yeah, anyway. Yeah. 5th midfielder. I'll probably be 4th with the amount I got up. Just midfield. Midfield option. Which midfielder? So, Casemiro, because he's got the shirt at the minute. Perisic. Option, and I'm thinking possibly Rabiot, playing in quite an advanced role, almost at number 10 it sort of seems, close to the striker. And I'm thinking I've got Casemiro, Perisic, Rabiot. Would you put a fourth option as Frankie de Jong or Jude Bellingham? I'm going to put or Ziyech. I'm not going Ziyech. I think they're going to really struggle in this next game up against Portugal, but maybe not. Who am I going for? My final option. We can always bring the others in a second, I suppose. I think Frankie de Jong's got a great opportunity here. Let's put him in. Frankie de Jong. Right, there we go. Polls up, guys. Which midfielder? Casemiro, Perisic, Rabiot, Frankie de Jong. Interested to see what you guys think on that one. Right, just grab a sip of my tea. Would anybody go Maguire over Shaw? Put your hand up now. Put it in the comments. With Paqueta. Let's have a look at how Paqueta's stats so far in the World Cup, shall we? Search. Oh, what's going on? It's like my thing isn't responding. Okay, so that's Paqueta. Played 3. 1 goal so far. XG of 0.31. .7 key passes. It's getting 2 tackles in per game on average, so there's a point there, isn't there, for tackles? Get voting, guys. So that's the heat map for Paqueta. Let's have a look at Casemiro's. I mean, Casemiro's looked fantastic. Like, you know, just in a football sense, he's looked absolutely fantastic. One of the players of the tournament, I think. Casemiro. Have I typed it right? Is it Cassie? It is, isn't it? Cassie. There he is. What? Stop it. I think I need new batteries in my keyboard, which is annoying because it's a wireless one. Either that or it's knackered because it's a cheap one. There he is, right. Click. Casemiro. And equally advanced, probably even more so. This season is the World Cup. 3 starts per game, 1 goal, equally as well. Shots per game, he's getting 2 shots per game away. Shots on target do get points as well for this. There is no bonus sort of system. Well, there's a fairly even split on the votes. So if you haven't voted yet, please do. Please do. Interesting, nobody's going Frankie de Jong. That's on 0% at the moment. 0%. I think it's either or, really. Paqueta or Casemiro. I don't think one or the other is guaranteed to do better than the other one, if that makes sense. I'm not so convinced it is an upgrade. What? Oh, Shankly, Why do you think it's an upgrade? What's making you think that? Let me bring them in here. P A Q. See if I can do a little bit of a comparison. Why doesn't it compare properly? It's a rubbish comparison, isn't it? I think either or, really. Tackling defences, attacking 60. This is Casemiro. This is the sofa score rating overall. Creativity 67, 65. Let's just go back and see what Paqueta's were. (67, 69, 67). Not as much on the defensive side. So playing, you'd say, in a more advanced position. To be fair, a lot more, this does seem a bit more deep here in terms of the colour. When I say deep, it's playing closer to the goal mostly. Maybe you're right, mate. Maybe you are right. Casemiro's everywhere, isn't he? Okay, 60 seconds. I will bring this vote to a close. I'll bring this vote to a close. Now, if you are, if you've got any questions, anything you want me to look at, this is my team at the moment. If you've just joined the stream, I am on a wild card for this week, and I'm hoping to use the wild card hack at the end of the week, because obviously, there's 8 teams left now. Half those teams are out after this. And while we all think Brazil and Portugal are definitely going through, we're probably going to load our teams with those, I would imagine. You know, one of them could go out, or two. You know, this is football. Upsets do happen. I mean, Spain have gone, Germany have gone already. I quite fancy Netherlands to beat Argentina, to be honest with you. It's a very close game, that. And England to France is a tough one as well. I've got 3 England players in my team, so that wild card next week stops me having to do the transfers that we're going to get for next week. How many transfers do we get again next week? Semi-finals, we can have 6 players per nation. But in the quarterfinals, you can have up to 5 players now, guys, just in case you weren't aware of that. And quarterfinals, you've got 5 transfers. There'll be 5 transfers next week as well. But it's nice to be able to use those in the week, isn't it? You're going to be using them to start off with, I think, as your players, you know, as the team lineups come out, basically. That's what I'd like to use those for. Managers getting a bit shady, changing tactics and little things like that. Trying to put off and catch the opposition unawares. My current rank, anybody's wondering, what am I up to? 48,370. And I'm hoping this wild card helps me climb back up higher, because I was at 34k at one point. So a bit disappointed to have dropped this week. Not having Dumfries in my team really did make a massive difference. So I brought him back this week when he probably won't do anything. Right, let's end this poll. Okay, so we see Casemiro, 50% of the poll above Perisic and Rabiot, and Frankie de Jong, no one fancying him at all. I suppose the final poll, very quickly on that one, I keep saying I'm going to go, don't I, is if we are going Brazil, is it Cass E Miro, or is it Paqueta, as suggested by O'Shankly? Let's have a look, see what everybody thinks. Run this for a couple of minutes. You can only vote once, so Shankly, though. I think this is quite... I think they're both... I think it's close, isn't it? Let's have a look. See what you guys think. I don't want to add another option. So I'm just going to put third option, someone from another team. That's your community. There we go. Right. That one's up. And what I will do is, however this vote ends up, I will put that player in my team right here, right now. Obviously, this is my team as it stands. This is first draft. I do intend to... When is there? It's at 3 o'clock on Friday, isn't it? First game. 3 o'clock UK time, Croatia, Brazil. I don't usually have to do the pickup on a Friday for the kids. So, fully expect I'll be able to do a deadline stream for that one once we've got the team news for about... Probably come on about 10 to 2 as the lineups come out and do any last minute transfers and go through that with you. So if you are watching for the first time and you're not subscribed, now, do it now. Hit the notification so it does come up. And how many likes have I had in this video? How many people have liked me little cheeky vid? 4 people have liked it. Can I hit 10? 16 of you watching now. No excuses, boys and girls. And have I had new subscribers? I'm close to the 200 mark. I shall have a quick look and see how many I'm at this minute in time. And I am going to be working on, in the next few days, I'm going to be working on my FPL song that I promised people. 191 subscribers. So if you're not subscribed, do it now. See if I can get to 200 before the end of this video. See if I can get to 200. That'd be lovely. That'd be lovely. Who has subscribed? Somebody has. Ryan Costa Silva, thank you very much. Thank you very much for subscribing today. So yeah, has anybody got any questions whilst we're waiting for the poll to run? Is penetration into the penalty box or greater than Casemiro? Yeah, fair dues, mate. Fair dues. Casemiro's shots are, to be fair, coming from outside the box, from ones I've seen. Apart from obviously the one he banged into the back of the net, and what a goal that was. Is that his goal of the tournament? Is you know, is there going to be no more for him? We'll see what people think on the poll. So there is a poll. Casemiro or Paqueta, guys? Who would you go for in midfield? Or, if you don't think either of those, I've put someone from another team. But if you vote someone from another team, please do comment just below. Do comment just below who that might be. Still on 191 subscribers. If anybody wants to help me get to 200, that'd be great. Like I say, I will be doing a live stream Friday afternoon. Start around about 10 to 2, quarter to 10 to 2 for the lineups and any last minute transfers in or out, depending on those lineups for the Brazil-Croatia game. Okay, any questions from anybody? Or I'm going to end this poll very shortly. I'm going to give it 30 more seconds and see you in a couple of days. Go write me song for the FPL. I've got a tune for it. Let me show you the tune I've got that I'm planning on using. Special little... let me turn the music off for a second. I don't know if this is in tune. I'm doing it with a capo as well, to be honest with you. Which one was it? Little sneaky preview. I don't do that very often, boys and girls. I've probably lost you all now, haven't I? But yeah, I've got to put some words to that, and I think it's going to be about. Well, originally it was going to be how much I'm missing FPL, and I've got this new bird called World Cup Fantasy Football, and try and do it around that sort of sense. But actually, I've quite enjoyed it as it's progressed, and the glitches seem to have either ironed out or have got better at managing them, one or the two. Right, Casemiro or Paqueta, now's your choice, boys and girls. I'm going to count from 10 down to 1. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. It's not the biggest poll, only 2 of you voted. So, Casemiro or Paqueta, I think it might be one I might run on the deadline stream on Friday. Right then, guys, that's my wildcard team as it stands. Make sure you like it on your way out. I feel like I keep asking for subscribers, so I won't do that again. Thanks for joining me today, those of you have. Really appreciate having you on board. Let's put my music back on. Feels a bit strange without it. Very quiet. Yeah, see you Friday. Have a great day. Have a great tomorrow. No football. Go and sort out the jobs that you've been meaning to sort out. And I'll see you then, guys. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.